Speaking of vigilantes, let's get to your boy Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, because the trials ran around about the same time, a lot of people are trying to put Kyle Rittenhouse and Ahmaud Arbery in the same category. We're not going to do that here. I believe in objective, nuanced conversation. I believe in telling the truth based on what I've understood and what I've researched. Now, at first glance, I was like, Kyle Rittenhouse, lock him up. Get him out of here. And when he was on trial and the victims who were killed by him were not allowed to be called victims, I didn't like it. Because no matter what, there's still a victim of the AR-15 that he employed against them. There's still someone's daughter. There's still somebody's son. Somebody's son. There's still someone's kid. They belong to somebody. That's someone's friend. But then they threw out the weapons charge. And there's some controversy around it that he couldn't legally possess that weapon. Some say he brought it across state lines. I did some research, said otherwise, that he had family in the Kenosha area, or like his dad lived there. That's where he was at. I can't prove any of this stuff, okay? But like I said, what I researched is he's part of that community. And here I go, like, beating around the bush, not getting to my point, because my point is not going to be the one that everybody, especially the woke, will like. It makes sense why Kyle Rittenhouse got off. Now, I wasn't shocked even before I really started to do my research. Why? This is America. He's white. Some people start on third base. Some people hit triples, on third base. You shocked when he scores? I'm not. But I wasn't even bothered even before I did my research. Why? Because I've become so numb to these things. Because again, if you start off on third base, I'm not shocked when you score. But if you're down 0-2 with 2 outs and the pitchers have the no hitter and you score a run, I'm shocked. But ultimately, he defended himself. Now, did he make himself a target? Yeah. He walked outside to a protest that may have had some riot-like behavior with a gun on him, with an AR on him. That could have invited aggressive behavior. Now, I don't know why, because I don't understand people who attack the man with the gun. That's dumb. But we can't say that women can wear whatever they want and we're victim shaming when we say, well, she's a stripper, or she had on a tight dress, or she didn't have on underwear, so that's why the guy did it. We can't call that victim shaming, which it is. It is victim shaming, and it's terrible because, aggressor has some control of yourself. But we can't call that victim shaming and then turn around and say, oh, well, if he would have never came out there with the gun, it would have never happened. Yes, that is very true. It is true. But if you're carrying a firearm legally and you are attacked, you are well within your rights to use it. And was he underage? Yes. But that gets weird because it may not his rifle. could have been carrying it. Like, man, look, I went hunting underage and it was not illegal. It's like it's not illegal to take a 15-year-old hunting, even if the 15-year-old does not own that firearm, right? Again, it's getting into the gray area, it's getting into the minutia. Now, let me tell you, I don't think he should have been out there with that AR. I think that he was asking for that type of. I think he was looking for trouble, and he found exactly what he was looking for. I think that he went out there on a mission to let his presence be felt, and guess what? His presence was felt, but it fell within the lines of the law. Then he goes hangs out with former President Trump, and it's like, hey, dude, you can't go hang out with Trump and then you say you support Black Lives Matter. Like, I'm not saying that you don't. Optically, absolutely terrible idea. Terrible freaking idea, dude. Because it paints the picture that you're trolling. Again, you show up to the Black Lives Matter rally without a weapon. I mean, with a weapon, with the AR-15, and then you take lives. Now, I imagine that this probably would have been a lot worse had he killed black people, but he killed white people. So can we really call him a racist? I don't know. I'm not going to call him a racist. I'm just going to say he exercised bad judgment. I'm going to say that his mother exercised bad judgment in allowing him to go out there with that weapon. Nah, bro, you just don't do that. You know, you don't go looking for trouble because you just might find it. But again, it takes me back to the victim shaming. It takes me back to the Travis Scott things. At some point, you have to place accountability on the people who act unruly. And if you want to point a weapon at somebody who's also holding a weapon and they shoot you, you threaten their life. If a guy has an AR-15 and you want to hit him with a skateboard and he shoots you, guess what? You threaten his life. If you're going to attack somebody who has an AR-15, you are asking for trouble. The same kind of trouble that this person was asking for by showing up to a Black Lives Matter rally in the height of racial tension in this country in probably the last 20 years, and didn't expect anything no. Both sides were irresponsible on my observation. But one side just happens to fall under the law. Now, if you have an issue with the law, that's what you attack. Attack the laws, attack the raggedy laws, attack the lawmakers. But you can't attack the people who follow the laws and they do some shit you don't like. That's not how a high-functioning society works. I had a conversation with a good friend today about vigilante justice. And he said he supports, and I go, slippery slope. He said he'll go head first into it. Because he said if somebody did something to his kids, he's not waiting on the legal system. I go, well, that makes sense. Not saying that's what I would do. I don't have kids, so I don't know what that feels like if somebody does something to your kid. But then I ask myself, what can I do for my kid if I'm behind bars for the rest of my life? Can I provide the support that my kid needs? Again, this is somebody with no kids speaking from a rational brain right now, not an emotional brain. And I didn't knock the point of view. I didn't even engage in a debate because I go, I got to sit this one out. I can have a feeling right now from where I sit, but I don't have kids, so I can't say here's what I would do. But also, I haven't had something like that happen to my kid to tell that person what I did when it happened, right? And I can't tell somebody how to raise their kids. I can't tell somebody how to feel for their kids. I can't tell somebody how to respond when something fucked up happens to their kids. I just try to stand on my fundamental belief of using the systems that are in place. And when the systems don't work, that's when you break the systems. Whether you go through the system to change the system or you go through civil unrest, you go through protests, right? I'm not talking about no rioting. I ain't going to tell nobody to riot. But I would tell you to utilize your First Amendment. I'm going to tell you to utilize your votes. I'm going to tell you to utilize your money. I'm going to tell you to utilize whatever resources you have in order to gain leverage, in order to influence the decisions around you, to influence the laws around you. But attack the right thing. Don't go crazy at Kyle Rittenhouse when Kyle Rittenhouse is maybe only part of the problem. But when the laws are there to protect Kyle Rittenhouse, that's what you go after. And be careful what you consume, because so often the narrative that's painted is not the truth. Not the truth. Consume multiple things. Get down to the source. Stop reading the headlines. Read the article. Because after I read, I'm like, ah, man. He defended himself even if he went out looking for trouble, you know? I mean, I saw a guy open carry the other day. Made me totally uncomfortable. And I can still carry. Hey, man, why you got the gun on your hip, bro? You ready to? Like, what kind of life are you living? What kind of energy on you are you on? What are you looking to do? Trying to bust a move? You know, but and now what? Kyle Rittenhouse just withdrew from online classes at Arizona State because we had some students at Arizona State from like some socialist group who like, get him out of here. For what? Because you don't want him here? Who the hell are you to say who can't go to your school? He doesn't represent our values. So are you going to screen every kid who goes to the school now? Students? If the school allowed him in, if he met the expectations, the requirements to get into school, what's the problem? Well, he killed those people. Well, he's not guilty. So it's not murder. He legally took the lives from some people. Now, I'm not trying to be insensitive to those who died. Thoughts and prayers to their family. RIP to them. But why the hell can't this kid go to college? Next, he's not going to be able to get hired. See, this is what I talk about with canceling cancel culture, because we got all of this dumb stuff, this senseless censorship, because now nobody can do anything that they want to do if you don't like it. Or if a few loud voices don't like it.